Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of our No Filters podcast. This episode we are joined by our volunteer Diane, who talks about her experience volunteering at Sunderland Mind and the impact it has had on her mental health. We hope you enjoy. Welcome to our podcast. Do you want to give us a little introduction?
Yeah. I'm Diane. I volunteer here at Sunderland Mind. I've done it for over 2 years now. I get a lot out of it, and I feel, that I hope I'm, helping some of the service users and things, and it's something I've always wanted to do. When even years ago, I used to think when I retire, I want to volunteer, and I didn't know where. But I've had mental health in the past, and so has some of my family had mental health problems and issues. So when this came up, I thought, yes, I wanted to sort of give something into it, and at least I'd had some experience and background of things, and I just came along, and the staff and everyone made us very welcome, and I've been here since.
And we love having you here. What made you said a little bit there that you've always wanted to volunteer and you've got a past with mental health and that in your family. So what made you want to do it? What sort of gave you the push?
I think it was because even now I still suffer with my mental health. And I've had counselling in the past. I've had quite a bit of support in the past. And when my mum had mental health problems, there wasn't much around then. There was counsellors and things like that, but not anything else, not much. But when I saw her struggle and there was nowhere to reach out to, when I heard of Sunderland Mind, I thought, or Mind in general, I thought, that is brilliant. That is a good charity and a good service for people to go to, and they get help in all ways. So I think that's why I focused mainly to come here. And I've never looked back really, because even though I'm a volunteer, if I'm struggling one day when I come in to help out, the staff are there, and I know I can just go to them, and whether I sort of burst out crying or I have a rant, they're there. So I've got both sides really. The volunteering side, but they're always there to support me as well.
So no, it's great that you've got that you feel that's apart from the team, and that you're able to sort of look at volunteering from both sides.
Yeah.
You've got the support in the background, and you're able to sort of give back a little bit to the people who come down. So what do you sort of get out of coming down here then?
I get a lot of excitement, I get a lot of enjoyment, I get a lot of satisfaction when I see the people here. How, first of all, I'm proud and chuffed with them that they, to actually walk through the door, because it's not easy to walk through the door. So that is really where I think, good on them that they've actually come. And I think they get a lot out of it as well. And, they make friendships, and their confidence gets boosted, and, and especially when I see them when they're making different things, like in the craft sessions and the knitting. I mean, sometimes they come and they don't even know what knitting needles are. And they're literally, by the end, they're making hats and stuff like that. And I just think it's amazing when you see how much people can come on. It helps their self-esteem and everything. So I get a lot out of it in that way when I see them, being so happy and sort of chuffed really that they've actually achieved, because they'll even say, "Hey Diane, look what I've made, look what, will you take a photograph," and stuff like that. So that's what I get out of it as well. Yeah, and also that I feel I'm giving something back after what I've struggled with from being a teenager really. I've struggled with my mental health, and I know exactly where a lot of them's coming from. So at least, if they want to have a chat, they know and they're aware that I've got mental health problems as well. And that they sort of feel at ease and comfortable talking to me, because they know I've experienced things like that. So I know where they're coming from. You know.
How do you feel that you're able to like pull from your experiences in those situations to help others?
I think because I know exactly what they're feeling, and I know exactly what they're going through. And sometimes it is hard to get out of bed, and sometimes you just think, oh God, which I still do to this day. You know, decades later, I still do. I wake up and I think, oh God, what's today going to bring? You know, because I've had a lot of upset and stress and whatever in life, like a lot of people. But I overthink a lot of things. I get paranoid. I do have panic attacks and stuff, and I still do. So I like when they come and they speak to us, you know, and they'll say, Diane, do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean when how I'm feeling and stuff like that? I'll say, yes, I do. I do know how you're feeling. So, you know, because I've experienced it, I don't turn around and say, hey, I can imagine. Because I'm not just imagining it, because I've done it. It's happened to me. And I just wish I'd started volunteering earlier. But these 2 years has flew over, and I enjoy coming in. And I just, it does, like I've said, it does a lot for me as well.
Well, you even though that you have those struggles, and you still feel that sometimes today, you getting up, coming in, volunteering, coming to the sessions really portrays like a really positive message to them as well, with you being able to connect on that level. Because obviously boundaries and everything have to come into play, and obviously we only share with people what we feel comfortable to and all that sort of stuff. So, but the fact that you feel comfortable to connect in a way that still protects yourself, but you can empathise with them through that, just sort of gives a really positive message to the people who access our services, that things might be difficult, but I can still get up on a morning, still come in and still follow my commitments.
It's looking for the positives, isn't it?
It's looking for the positives, and then still being able to like to put one foot in front of the other and feel better for it. Because like, how, even when you are having those difficult days, if you're coming in, how do you feel when you leave? Like, are you happy that you've powered through to come down?
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I walk through that door, I just feel much better. Just, you know, it's just a lovely atmosphere when you come in, and like I say, the staff are very approachable, and you know, when you come in, it's not all sort of doom and gloom and this, that. We do have a laugh. You know, we do, you know, joke on and things like that, you know, and we do, you know, get games out and, you know, we'll have a bit. It's not all sort of, oh, you know, I mean, the mood's quite lifted actually, and we have a bit of music in the background and stuff like that. So it is good. It is good. And it helps everybody. It uplifts everybody. Because it's not all, you know, yes, if you're having a bad day and you may want to talk to a member of staff, that's fine. But most of the time when people come in, even if they felt a bit when they've got up, they come in, and by the time the session's finished, you can see that they've been uplifted. They've been, you know, they're much in a better place than when they first walked through the door at 10 o'clock in the morning.
So then it all just like feeds into each other. You, like you said before, you get to feel the satisfaction of being involved in that, but then also, that also is helping uplift you in the process as well.
It does. It really does. And I'm not just saying that, it really does. Sometimes I can be really flat on the morning and think, oh God, like I say, once I come in, there's just something about it, you know, and I would encourage people even just to come and try it, you know, and you don't have to stay for the full sessions if you feel you don't want to, or you can just pop in and out, and it's very relaxed and everything. So I would recommend, you know, it's hard to walk through that door for the, you know, but the first time, but I would recommend to give it a go. It's a great charity and it's a great service.
So you said a little bit about how you'd wish you'd started sooner. Why is it that you wish you'd started sooner?
Because I enjoy it that much, and I feel my mental health has improved, even in just the last couple of years. You know, I don't get as paranoid as what I used to. I still overthink, you know, I mean, that's one of the things. But, you know, when you've had that from being a teenager, you're not just, you know, when you're in your 60s, it's not just going to go. But I feel I've got it more under control.
Well, that's the difference as well, is that you're learning, like, the different things to help you tackle your overthinking.
Well, exactly. I'm learning all the time. I'm learning off the staff all the time. You know, it's been really interesting learning from the staff. And I listen to the staff when they're talking or when they go out and do talks, you know, and it's really interesting. And it does just open different doors to think, so that's it, and that's why I do this, or oh, that's a good strategy and stuff like that. So from lots and lots of various different avenues, that's why I wish I'd started earlier, but because of my circumstances, because I have a son who has Down syndrome, and obviously I was, you know, committed with him with times and this, that and the other, and I couldn't sort of give me full commitment to it. So he's in supported living now and he's thriving. So that was really when, and after COVID obviously, that was when I sort of thought, no, I'm going to knock on the door.
You're going to prioritise yourself and your needs.
Now I can sort of prioritise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I do, you know, I mean, I do a couple hours on a Monday and I do a couple hours on a Thursday, but I do like helping out any other time as well.
You volunteer, predominantly you've been volunteering in our groups, haven't you, over the last few years, but now you've started to get more involved in some of the things we do out in the community, haven't you? How have you found that transition?
Oh, I loved it. I've loved it. And again, like I say, when I go out, and with different members of staff, you know, you listen when they're giving talks to people when you go out, or even, you know, when we go out with a stall for whatever reason, whether it's an event or promotion or whatever, and I'm listening to the staff all the time, and mind, you just don't realise what goes on behind the scenes. It's a massive organisation, and they do a lot of good. Yeah, so I do enjoy going out and about.
Because it means you get to connect with different people as
exactly.
well, don't you? You get to have a chat with people and find out their stories and share about the different services that we offer and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly, and you're helping people or advising people where the amount of people who say, I didn't realise there was a Mind in Sunderland, or where's that? So you're helping people there, you know, where they think, I think I might pop down. And that has happened. That has happened, which is great.
And you get to be the person that, like, people recognise, or, like, be that sort of, like, I remember you from when we went out, and, like, that sort of stuff, which is really nice as well.
It is, yeah.
You can be that connector point for when people come in. What do you think has sort of been your favourite moment volunteering so far?
I would say, it's quite difficult. One of my favourite moments, which happens, you know, quite a lot, is when, you know, people come in and they start making things and they see the end product and, take me photograph and that. That is, I love it. But also one of the things I love is every year, you know, they have a yearly trip. And we've been to Scarborough and we've been to Beamish, and it's just, when you see their faces, and even when the staff's just talking about it, you know, and when are we going, what date is it in that? I just love it. But when they're on the bus and we're going down on the coach and that, you know, and we're singing and having a game of bingo, I love that. That's like one of my favourite moments, when I see them all getting on the coach and they're all excited. It's great to see. It's great to see.
It's really nice that they all come together as a community, but also that, like, it gives people something to look forward to, doesn't it? And, like, it gives you something to keep going and working towards going to. Because
some of them really don't go very far, or, you know, a lot are just in the house, or, you know, for various reasons, either haven't got the confidence to go out, or this, that and the other. So when this is organised for them through the charity, they love it, absolutely love it. Yeah, one of their favourite things, bingo. So, well, are we going to play a bingo? When's the bingo?
Filling the time on the coach down.
Yeah, So I would say that is one of my great, like when we've been to the on the trips.
But it's great that they're able to build connections with you and form those relationships that you feel such like level of sort of like reward in that through their wins and things, and like you say, some of them that we are their safe space and where as far as they go through the relationships they've built with our volunteers and staff and stuff, they then feel supported in being able to travel further and do that little bit extra that they never would have had the opportunity to do, or like believe that they can do themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. They think, I don't think I could go that far. And, but like you say, they've got the support of others as well, where they say, come. Oh, it's a great day out, come. And they do thoroughly enjoy it. So I love the trips, I think. That's one of my highlights. I love the trips.
What do you think you've gained from volunteering? What do you think that it's changed anything about you or you've been able to grow from in any way?
That I'm not in the boat on my own. I feel sometimes you think, you're the only one who has this, like mental health problems and this and that, and you just feel a bit isolated and stuff like that. But when you come to these places, you realise, there's a lot of different areas of mental health. And I think that's it as well. I feel I've learned a lot knowledge-wise about, you don't realise the amount of different things that there is under the umbrella of mental health. So, yes, that has made a difference where I sort of look and think, there is a lot of mental health around, but there is the help there.
Do you feel like it's helped you understand yourself more and your issues, and maybe you touched on your mum a little bit at the beginning, maybe like hers as well?
Definitely, yeah. And I do sometimes think, I just wish there was all this around when Mum was suffering. But things are improving and things are getting better. I know, there's a lot of people say about, the mental health, there's not the support there, and there's not the funding and this, that and the other. But they are trying and they are sort of improving, and this is a place where you can come. We won't turn anybody away, will we?
No, we always say as long as you can get to us, we'll find a way of supporting you, especially through sort of the more wellbeing side of like the community work that we do, the groups that we run, those sort of things. There is slight different restrictions around counselling, but we'll always signpost you to the best way to suit your needs, and make you aware of the different services and how to access things. So we'll always try and accommodate everybody as best we can, and you can get, if you give us a ring or drop us an email, all our contact information will be in like the bio of this podcast or at the end of the podcast as well. So there is loads of different ways of contacting us, and we'll try our best way to sort of give the most information that we can. But like everybody, we always say we don't always have all the answers because we're just human, but we'll try our best way to find them for you.
And you always do. You don't just say, I don't know. You do look into it and you do put them on the right path, or you do sort of say, I'll look into it and I'll let you know.
And so do you.
I do, yes.
You do, because even if you're not sure, you come and find one of us, don't you, or a staff, like one of the staff members, or
I do,
and then we'll advise anywhere that we can as well. So
because that's it. I mean, even if someone comes up to me and said, Diane, can I talk to you? And if I feel I'm out of my depth, which I'm not qualified, there's no that I'll say, do you mind? Do you want to talk to a member of staff? And whatever they do say to me, I know about confidentiality and stuff like that. So I do, you don't have to come and think, what if they say this and what if they say that? You just pass them on to a member of staff.
But equally, we've offered different training opportunities to you as well.
Yeah,
Very different,
that's very true.
Different opportunities, so that when you are faced with those sort of situations, you've been able to like gain the skills to help support you more. How have you found that?
I feel quite chuffed with myself, actually. I do. You know, like I say, you always there, because you know that's what I'm wanting. That's one of my passions, to want to help people. So when staff have given me advice, and you know, when I've come to you and said, I didn't know what to say to so and so, and what do I say here? What do I say there? And you have advised me, well, you know, just say this, or just leave it open, or just, you know. So yes, in a roundabout way, I'm getting an education. Free. Can I say it's free as well?
Yes. Because like I said, we've put on training days, and we always let you know about different things going on that'll help benefit you as well, don't we? So
and you do one-to-ones as well, which is good. Sort of if I've got any problems, or there's anything that's upsetting me, or there's something I want to mention, you do regularly, you know. Even like I say, with, you know, volunteers, you do still have like one-to-ones, as well as like obviously the staff that, you know, they do them with the volunteers, which I think is great.
Well, that's the thing, like it's really important that you have that opportunity to offload about anything that you guys need, and that we can support you, because we are really, really grateful for all the work that the volunteers do, and all the work he's put into supporting us through our sort of stuff. So if it's the least that we can do to support you in any way that you can, because you're as much as our team. You're as much a part of our team as everybody else. That's why we always say, like, our office is your office, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we really, really value the work that you do. So it's really important to us that we invest in you guys, and so that you can invest in yourselves, but also that you have that space and platform to sort of sound off about anything that you need to help you feel better moving forward.
Yeah, I do find you very approachable. You know, if I've got a problem, or if I'm upset, or, you know, if someone's said something to me which is quite concerning, which I would report anyway, you know, which is part of the training that I was taught, you know, and confidentiality. I feel I can say anything to you, and I know it won't go any further. And also, like I say, I just find you really approachable, and you know, you do treat me literally as just staff. Like I'm one of the crowd, one of the, you know, one of the group. Team. Yes, Even get invited out on the Christmas lunch.
Of course you do.
But yes, I do love it, and we are very welcoming, aren't we? Even, you know, with new members, not just with people who come in to use the service, but also new members of staff. You know, when they come in, we make them very welcome as well.
Same with new volunteers.
And the volunteers as well.
Everybody's sort of taken under each other's wing, and you all support each other, which is really nice, because even the volunteers, as a little group on your own, it's nice to see how supportive and how much you all work together and are there for each other, but also like just get on and stuff as well, which is nice.
Yeah. And like I said before, you know, we do have a laugh. You know, I mean, when you come in, you know, there's not like this doom and gloom.
Yeah.
We do, it's, you know, it's lighthearted, it's lovely, like I say, and it's just great. It's just, I just love it. I just really enjoy coming in and giving up my time, because I want to.
Yeah.
And also, you know, for my own benefit as well, but also to show that I'm giving something back.
But the thing is as well, it's like you say, for your own benefit, but it's important that like you do benefit from volunteering, and you are like sort of feeling that back, because it means that like that's also one of the things that keeps you going and keeps you coming back.
Yeah, and it gives me a routine as well, because obviously, you know, I'm 60 odd, I'm retired, and it gives me a routine of sort of, right, on a Monday I know I'm going into to work, I call it work, coming into work, and the same on a Thursday, you know, and that gives me some identity to think, well, I do work, I could still come in, and I am giving a purpose to everything, and coming in, and like I say, even helping out of them 2 mornings I just really love it and get a lot out of it.
That must be a big thing for like helping with your self-esteem as well,
though,
and that routine, which then will then have a knock-on effect of helping sort of your mental health be a bit more positive and a bit more easier to deal with. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just an amazing charity, and it's just an amazing service that I just hope more and more people are aware of it. You know, and a lot of it we do try and get the word out there. And we have had quite a few new ones, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Which constantly, really, we get new ones in, which is great. It's just getting, that the word out that we are here.
Exactly, and the more we talk about all these issues and the more we work towards breaking down that stigma like we have been doing over the past, the better.
Yeah,
better things
definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely.
And you'd be welcome as soon as you walk through the door. We'll put you at ease, won't we?
So, as a final point, Diane, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about volunteering?
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I mean, it mightn't be for you or it mightn't be for everybody, but just do it. Just give it a go. And you'll be surprised at how much you do get out of it. I just think, again, going back to what I said earlier, it gives you some identity, it gives you a purpose as well, to think that you are not just helping yourself, but you're helping other people. It's like, and being around people, being around people, humans like to be around people. That's what human beings are, it's nature. And some days you think, I don't want to face anybody. But when you come in, it does help. It does help. And I would just say, just come down. Just knock on the door and say, I'd like to be a volunteer, or get in touch. Because it's changed. It's changed me, and it's changed my life and structure. Because I thought, when my son moved out, because my other two children had already moved out. So when my son, who has Down syndrome, moved out, I thought, oh, God, what do I do? Because I do live on my own, haven't got a partner or anything. And I thought, but like I said, I always said when I retired, I would like to do some type of volunteering just to give me some purpose and identity. Yeah. And this is just the best place. I wouldn't think of volunteering anywhere else. But it may not be to volunteer here, but, maybe it's anywhere, but to come and really give it a go. And it's surprising how much you get out of it. So, yes.
Lovely.
Just give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
That's what we love to hear. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you to Diane for taking part in this episode of No Filters, and to you guys for listening. If you would like to find out more about our services, how to contact us, or how you can volunteer, visit www.sunderlandmind.co.uk. Alternatively, you can find us at Mind Sunderland on Facebook or at Sunderland Mind on Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok and YouTube. Don't forget to rate and share this episode of the podcast. We'll see you next time.